fingers crossed this works. Good morning, afternoon and evening, my crazies. My name's Angela, I'm the Crazy Poppy Lady, and welcome in. Now, yes, this is yet another surprise live. This may work, may not work. We will just have to wait and see. Fingers crossed that one or two of you might find me and realise I'm live, because I didn't exactly give a decent amount of warning now, did I? I did set it up. It was meant to give you a 30-minute warning, but we'll just see how the bots go and if it works or not. Okay, so I best put down this project. I've got to remember I'm unpicking because I've mucked up. Right, so let's start off today by saying hello again. I'm sorry I haven't had a great deal of videos out. Actually, I've had no videos out this week, and that is down to the fact that I've seriously damaged my hand. Now, yes, you saw me with yarn in my hand. That's because a fortnight, well, what are we on, 3 weeks ago, I sat there rocking in my chair, needed yarn in my hand. So I turned to the dark side, I did. I turned to the dark side and I attempted knitting again. Now, this is a crochet channel. This will be normally all about crochet. I don't intend to teach knitting because this is the third project I'll have completed ever once it's done, and the first one was back in 1999. The second one was last week. I actually managed to finish it. Sorry, I keep looking up because I'm being distracted by editing software which is above the camera, so if you see me looking up, it's because I'm distracted. I'm out of practice. Joe, welcome in, darling. Sorry I didn't give anybody warnings today at all, in the slightest. Okay, so Joe, I was just talking about the dark side. Right, so I picked up the knitting needles. I already knew how to knit, already knew how to cast on, cast off. I'd learnt a couple more cast ons when I'd been attempting it previously, and if you've seen not last Sunday, the Sunday before's Whips and Bits, I went into it a bit more in detail then. Okay, so it's finished. The black one is actually, well, black and white I should say, is actually finished. I don't remember if I showed it or not, but there we go. So here it is, finished. Now, I would have been wearing it, but we're on 22 degrees, okay? Now, for me, that's a heat wave. Total and utter heat wave. Anything over 18 and the shorts come out, even if I'm in Australia and it's the middle of winter. If it's 18, I'm in that pool. But, yeah, so that's why it's not on. Now, the problem was I actually cheekily showed it to my Joe. And I've cheekily showed it to Sabrina Melledew as well. Sorry, I mullered the last name Sabrina. And basically, Sabrina turned around and said, if you write that pattern up, I'm buying it. And we all know Sabrina's absolutely lovely. She's constantly helping me out and buying patterns and things. So I was like, no, forget that. Can you help me write it up and you can test it? So she's doing the back panel. And I'm now working on the front panel again so that we can work out the numbers and actually where I went wrong. Not wrong, sorry, where I did what I did. Because I wrote notes down so that I would understand them so I'd be able to repeat the front and the back. But when it came to translating it out of Poppy speak, it just went whoop over my head. And I looked at it like a dribbling zombie and just couldn't decipher my own coding. And so I've now gone back to scratch, and I'm working on the front panel because that's the easiest bit for me because I can't lose count of my rows, she says. I'm actually having to take a row back at the moment because I over knitted. I got carried away. Okay, so Susanna's in. Welcome in. She's saying, OMG, it's 22 here also. It's lovely, ain't it? And Joanne's saying, yay, you got a tester. Well, sort of, yeah. I wasn't really looking for one, was I? But Sabrina liked the pattern, so I thought, do you know what? I'll give her the pattern. I'll give her what I've got, and if she wants to help me out, she will. And she said she would. So at some point there may be a knit pattern up on the Ravelry shop, but don't panic, gang. I'm not going into knitting full time or anything like that. I want to go back to my crochet. I've just got to wait until this wrist stops clicking with every single stitch. So with the knitting needles, I'm holding them along the side of my arm here, which has meant that I'm using it sort of as a fake cast, so I can't twist my wrist. I'm actually twisting now from the elbow, so it makes it a little bit better. Cheryl, welcome in, darling. She's saying Happy Mother's Day. That can't be the UK, surely. If it is, my lot have forgotten yet again. I think that's Australia, isn't it? Need more info, Cheryl, need more info. But Happy Mother's Day if you're in that country and you're celebrating it. Okay, so my Joe and my Susanna already know this, but Cheryl, you may or may not. At this moment in time, I have got 2 new patterns that have gone up on Ravelry. One is my cheeky monkey rucksack bag. Sorry, he's hanging up. I can't be bothered to take him down. And the other one is for Ellie. Now, Ellie is a soft-bodied teddy, ideal for a newborn. But the written pattern that's up on Ravelry also contains the instructions so you can enlarge it and turn it into a rucksack or a pyjama case for those bigger kids. Or even you if you love elephants that much, because I know I do. Okay, now both of these at the moment have got codes attached to them, so that if you pop those codes in the discount code section in Ravelry, when you go to purchase, you will get a percentage off. Now the details of that will, fingers crossed, hopefully be in the description box down below, because I put them there earlier. So hopefully I clicked the right button when I came through to start the stream. So we've got the Ellie and the monkey, both of those are with discounts. I can say that Joe and Susanna have both got one or t'other of those. So thank you very, very much, girls. You've gone all quiet. So what are you all making at the moment? Or are you sitting there rocking in your chairs thinking, I need something new, I need something new? Or Joe and Susanna, are you sitting there going, I love you, Poppy, but your patterns, girl. How dare you be so evil? So Joanne is hoping to make Ellie sometime soon. I can't wait to see what colours you choose for Ellie's body. Are you sticking to the grey for the head? Or are you going to change that out to a different colour? Joe. Now, at the moment, my information is telling me that there are 7 of you cheekily watching at the moment, and 3 of you are chatting. So thank you very much, lurkers, for lurking. But if you fancy coming and chatting in the chat, please do. Love to know who else is here. Okay, so Joe is saying she can't tell anybody. Wonder whose fault that is. All right, blame the poppy. Oh dear, I get the blame for everything, don't I? Right, okay, so I was looking on my community tab, and recently, or for the last month or so, I have actually been running a poll. Let's see if I can remember how to do this. Share screen. Oh, I wonder if you lot are seeing this. I really hope you are. Okay, so the poll was for which pattern next, and it was a choice between the hexagon blanket dress or little Ellie. Now, as you can see here, the hexagon dress has won out, so you've just seen me close it, I hope. Okay, I really hope you saw that. So now let's pop it back to a face cam. Ooh, and then I will find out in a second. Can you see it? Yes, you can. Right. Oh, what have I done? Am I even back? Yes, there we go, I'm back. 7-second delay does my noggin in. Okay, so as you saw there, the hexagon dress, which is this here, is going to be the next pattern that is up on the channel. It will, of course, have a written pattern that will go along with it. and that'll be available on Ravelry when I finish doing it. But all the video sections are nearly complete. I've just got a little bit more editing to do. So if you are in Australia, okay, get yourself down to Spotlight. Quite a lot of the bins have been restocked, and you will be able to find the yarn that I used in the bins. And if you're really quick, I believe that Spotlight have got a 40% off coupon if you swipe your card in there, you know, like your was it Friends of them or whatever. So you'll be able to get even more off, and I think they're actually sitting at the moment at $7.20 per bag in most stores. So pop in, have a look and see if you can find the Milan bags. Pick yourself up 3 to 4 depending on how long you want the dress to be. It's in perfect time for winter for you guys in Australia. If you're in the UK or a country that is starting to get warm, and don't panic, I will be giving you information in the video. This is the bit that I still need to record and add. But I'll be giving you information on how to change the yarn out as well. Okay, so if you cannot get hold of the Yarnspirations Granny Square yarn, or whatever it's called, don't worry, because I'll be showing you how to swap it out. The only downside is if you choose multiple colours, you will have multiple ends. I'd stick to 2 if I was you, or 1, one per. But the choice is yours as to how you want to play around with the pattern. But as I said, measurements will be given for a 3-weight yarn, which is a DK 3-weight or 8-ply yarn. Okay, let's get back to chat because I've missed a couple of you guys, girls chatting. So Susanna is saying that she's just started a granny shawl. She has got three others on hook, not yet complete. You're a nightmare, woman. And Jo is sticking to the grey for the head and not sure for the body. Oh, it depends on what size you're playing with. I found it easier with the small one to stick to the 1-weight yarn that I mentioned, because if it's for a baby, you don't want their fingers or fingernails getting caught in the strands if you mix 2. Whereas if you're going larger and you're going to be making the rucksack or pyjama case, which is also in that pattern, written in that pattern as well, so you've got 2 sizes available. If you're going for that, I actually mixed 2 DKs. So I held 2 strands of DK and just worked it, because I knew that the person that would be using it, me, I'd be putting her fingernails between any gaps. So I knew it was going to be safe. Okay, so keep playing, have fun with that, and make sure you send me photos. Whether it's in between while you're making it or right at the end, send me them photos. I love them, you see. I love receiving the photos. Right, so Amy is in. She said, hi, can't chat much, melting, having to do a washing up in this. Oh, if you've got a cotton crochet by the side of your gang, ideally a cotton shawl, wrap or top, sink it in some water, cold water, squidge it out and then put it on. Honestly, I did that in Australia when we had temperatures of 42. The rest of the family, they're losing fluid, well, weight is fluid. They were sweating their behinds off, and there's me walking along and they're like, how are you not sweating? And I was like, feel my top, and it just started drying because I'd been outside for about 10 minutes. Right, and so it was nearly dry, and I literally just kept running into the toilet and dunking that top. And I tell you what, enough keeps you cool. Best trick I learned. Thank you, Ursula, for telling us that quite a while ago, actually. That's OMG, a granny square, by the way. Okay, so Cheryl's saying that she lives in the US and it's Mother's Day. So that's why quite a lot of the American girls aren't around. They're with their mummies or the kids. Okay, so Susanna's saying hello to Rita. Joe's saying happy Mother's Day to Cheryl. And Susanna is saying it's Mother's Day there in Australia as well. That's what I thought, because I remember overhearing my husband and brother-in-law talking about another present for their mum. And that was last week. So it's normally the case that they discuss it. My husband sends him some money and the brother-in-law goes shopping. Because nowadays it's actually cheaper to do that than what it would be to send anything over. Shakita, welcome in, darling. She's saying blessings and good morning, Joe says. And also to you, Susanna. Thank you. Oh, crikey, have I got two Susannas here or just the one? No, just the one. Right, okay, so Susanna is saying it's the Spotlight VIP card. You could have put your daft donut at the end of that comment and I would have fully agreed. Yeah, I just couldn't think of the name of the card, but I remember seeing on Facebook it pop up saying that there was 40% off, and it covered some yarn things as well as, of course, I think it was bedding as well. But yeah, definitely worth a look if you're looking to go there. And as it's Mother's Day, they really should take you to somewhere you would enjoy being. Bye, see you later. Hold on though, what time is it there? What are we kicking? Is it nearly midnight or is it midnight in Oz at the moment? Or am I getting my timings around the wrong way because we've had another clock backwards forwards moment? You're either minus an hour as I look at the clock, or you're minus 3, which is plus 11 or plus 13 for everybody else. But of course, I'm weird and wonderful and look at things round the upside down, round the wrong way. Right, let's rewind. Let's go back to the dress. Okay, so the vote was made. It's going to be for this one. Now, I'm going to give you 2 options on the base because although it's lovely for sitting and keeping warm in winter months, sitting on the sofa crocheting works really well. You can easily hang stitch markers off it as you go. Can you tell I did? Right, but it's really lovely. I'm not going to put it on because it's just too hot today. But yeah, this is definitely a keep you warm moment. Now, I've got the whole pattern written up, bar a little bit at the end, so it won't take me long. Now, the written pattern will contain how to do the hexagon. Is it even a hexagon? How to do this one, how to join it, how to do a half version, how to join it, how to do the edging and all the rest. Now, I've worn this a couple of times before it got too warm, okay? And I noticed that because I'm a lot taller and my stride is a lot longer, normally it would be longer than that, but I can't overstride anymore. I realised that this edging just didn't give me enough give. So I'm actually going to be taking my half hexagons off and then doing the edging again. So that's another section I need to add to the video so that you guys will have 2 options on that. And of course it will be added to the written pattern as well. Right, that's done. Let's move you down there and we'll look at that later. Okay, where do we get to? I got 3, got that one. Said that, done that one. I forgot to move my mouse down. Okay. So, oh right, you're in Western. So Susanna's in Western Australia. So that is a time zone I don't understand. I don't understand it. It's like, what, 5-hour difference or something? Possibly. I don't know. You'll correct me. Please do. And she is saying that she's in Western Australia. So it's 8:18 p.m. And it will be a Monday over there. That's right. Time travelling, we are time travelling. So Rita, welcome in, darling. If I hadn't said, oh no, I've already said it, but I'll say it again. Hello. She says she's cleaning off her desk so she can start cutting out some new cloth pads. Can't knit crochet today, her hands are hurting. Oh baby girl, rest them up. I find that this this is going to annoy somebody else in the chat, but I actually find washing up helps for me. Just not in that. Well, actually, no, I was doing it when I was over there and it was hot. So yeah, I actually found the heat of the water actually helped my hands quite a bit. But now I'm back home, I've got my daughter doing the washing up, so there goes that bit of physio. Fluffy Kitten, and welcome in, darling. She is saying hello to me and probably all of you at the same time. So Susanna was saying she was at Spotlight the other day, and instead of $7 per fat quarter quilting fabric, it cost her $1 each. So she bought times 10 pretty fabrics. Only 10. Is that because you've got no room? Crikey, for the cost of 2, you could have got 14, woman. 14. And for other people here, that buck's the equivalent to around 50 pence, or I think it's about 45 cents. I'm not sure. I would have to do some checking on the cents. But when I look at Aussie dollars, I just cut it in half, because for me, normally, when I go over, I don't bother acknowledging the exchange rate, but normally the products are twice the price for me. So when I first went over, nappies for the same product, nappies were £5 here in the UK. They're probably about 30 now, but they were back in 2025. £5 for me here in the UK, but $10 in Australia. And a bottle of water here in the UK was £1, but over in Australia it was $2. So because of those, and that's how I see it now, that basically I cut the Aussie dollar in half, and that's how much I should be paying. And if it's less than that, even better. It's a definite steal when I go to Spotlight. Okay, okie dokie, Susanna. Oh yeah, I'm not quite with it, am I, today? Right, it is still a Sunday evening there in Western Australia. Got there, remembered. And Cheryl is saying it is 8:21 a.m. in North Carolina. Yeah, you're -5 from me, darling. UK at the moment, it is 1:23 p.m. There we go. We've got a couple of us from different spots. We're now all going to type down or write down the time differences. I can't help you. My brain's not in math mode today. Oh, no, I haven't mucked anything up, have I? No. Cool. Right, trying to think. Right. Where did that bit of paper go? I had a bit of paper with some other information on, and can my brain think of it? No, it can't. Right, got it. Okay, so at this moment in time, I have got another bag, and similar to the monkey, but a different animal. Another bag that is in testing a process. I could probably do with another tester on that if any of you fancied it. It's pink. Oh. Thank you. Okay, so that gives you an idea very easily of what it is. I was also working up another head for another bag similar to that. I want to get a set going. So if you can think of any animals you would like to see as a rucksack, pop them in the comment section here, or of course wait till the video goes on to replay and pop them there. So I'll definitely see them then. We've got the blanket dress that will be coming out on YouTube hopefully this coming week. I've got a beautiful tester testing out my summertime top, and I say beautiful because it is going to be a labour of love. This took me about 2 months, but it was separated. I couldn't put as much time in as I would normally do, but that's my summertime top. Love it. It is so comfy. Okay, so that one's being tested now. If you don't fancy doing the, oh, I've lost it already, the blanket dress, but you're still going to Spotlight and you're looking for yarn, I am really picking on my Aussies today, aren't I? You know, I've been there. Okay. So if you pop into Spotties and you're looking for a challenging top, grab yourself a bag that looks something like this. They have got lots of different colours on this, but it seems to be one that's being left to the side because nobody can work out what to do with it. Okay, I'm going to bring up one hank. Now the pack itself comes with 6 hanks, so they're like that. So you're going to need a family member or a chair or a winder so that you can wind a ball up or a hank up. I'll cake it up. There we go. I got there in the end. Okay. Now close up, it looks like this. It's floofy bits. You can't cut the floofy bits off. I tried. It fell apart. But luckily it wasn't on a section that was being used. But with that yarn and another coloured yarn, you could be my tester for this really cheeky V-neck top. It does look so much better on. And again, this is in a DK weight yarn and it's nice and warm. So ideal for campfire evenings or to put maybe over a roll neck, long sleeved vest toppy type thing. And that will keep you going all day. So I'm looking for a tester for this one as well. Okay, where did we get to? Where did we get to? Thank you, Susanna. She's saying, oh my gosh, that's gorgeous. And she loves the summer top. And Ivy B's in the house and she is saying happy Mother's Day to all. Hello. Hello, darling. Hello. Right, so those are basically the projects I am looking for testers for. So if you would like to become a tester for me at any point very soon, like now, and drop me over an email. My email should be in the description box of this video. If it isn't, it will be on last week's Whips, Bits and Chat. Not last week, the last Whips, Bits and Chat. And it will be in the description box of that video. That way you can hit me up with a message saying that you'd like to be a tester, blah, blah. Give me a bit of background information, how long you've been crocheting, what sort of things are you like crocheting, and we'll go from there. I like to try and match people up with their skill set with the patterns that I've got. That way I know I'm not going to have to handhold too much. Okay, so Dana Wanderlust Creations, Crochet, sorry, is in. Hi, pretty lady. Hello, darling. Nice to see you. Please don't tell me you're texting my chat and driving at the same time. That scares the EBGBs out of me, that does. Here in the UK, we're not allowed near our phones. If we touch them, oh, we're charged. It's as simple as that. We're allowed to use it for a sat-nav, but can't use it for anything else. If you're going to accept a call, it has to be through Bluetooth as well. But then saying that, my mobile phone's never really charged, so I haven't got to worry about that. Good. You see, she's not. Good. Are you on a rest day, darling? Or a break or something? Alright, let me clear this room up a little bit. There's a thrown stuff all over the floor, and you know what's going to happen? I'll get up and trip over it. Okay, and for others, if you like the look of this yarn, tell me, and I will pop a comment up later because I have got an ID for it now as well. I just forgot to get it before I came on. So because of that, I'm not sort of going, oh, if you're so-and-so country. But yeah, definitely if you're in Australia and you've picked that up because you thought it was cute or whatever, give me a shout because I've got that pattern for you to try out. It's quite a nice simple one as well. The worst bit is actually the bit where you're working with that yarn. Sandra, welcome in, darling. She is saying Happy Mother's Day again. Happy Mother's Day to all our American and Australian girlies. Us here in the UK, I think we've had ours, haven't we? I think it's done for this year. So Dana is saying she's just getting up and ready to drive. So where are you off to today, darling? And she's also saying hello to everybody. Lisa, welcome in, darling. Another Aussie. I really thought I was going to be missing all my Aussie crazies. Really did think it was going to be a missed because I was on a bit late. Okay, so now I know this time is good for everybody, or nearly everybody, if you're a night owl or an early morning. Hello, Amy, and welcome in, darling. She's saying UK Mother's Day, I think, was March sometime. That's what I was thinking. Hold on. Jan, Feb, March. Yeah, I think we'd already done it. I think you're about right there, girl. Oh, Dana's off to Arizona and California. They're quite warm places this time of year, aren't they? Keep your fluids up, girl. And Sandra is saying, Dana, how's your Benji? And my Benji is snoozing as usual. My Liam is actually out on a walk with my husband and daughter at the moment. They've gone to the Forest of Dean. He absolutely loves it there. Oh, funny story. I haven't got the video because my husband wasn't quick enough. But there are squirrels in the Forest of Dean. It's a really beautiful, beautiful place. There's lakes, trees, lots and lots of trees, lots of grass, places for him to snuffle around and things like that. Well, I can only call them his friends. There are 2 squirrels and they've got to be his friends. I think they're friends with every single dog that goes through there because they'll be on alternating tree stumps or trees. One will come down, wiggle its butt basically, winding the dog up. So the dog runs over to try and catch it and the squirrel whizzes up the tree and hides. Then the other squirrel on another tree does the same thing. So the dog goes belting over to the other tree and the squirrel goes up. And you've got these 2 squirrels going like that. And the dog's like that. And I'll tell you what, we only need to find those squirrels, let him play for 5 to 10 minutes. He would never hurt them. If we thought he was going to hurt them, we wouldn't allow him to do it. Okay, so just a heads up there. He loves small things, but he likes to cuddle them and bathe them. So with these squirrels going up and down and Liam going backwards and forwards like a headless chicken. I shouldn't say that, sorry. But going backwards and forwards like a raving lunatic. By the time he's finished 10 minutes of playing with them, they go off and have their lunch or whatever, and he comes back to our hill and he's walking like an old man and we're talking dead so slow all the way home. And when he gets back here, he will zonk out till the next day basically. He wakes up for dinner, wakes up to go to the toilet, and then sleeps the rest of the day. But he absolutely loves his Sunday runs, especially if the weather is lovely. Okay, so where are we going? Kelly, welcome in, honey. That's how I bring it every day. She's saying hi, Poppy. And Lisa's saying Mother's Day is almost over there. They're time travelling. They're ahead of us. And hi to Kelly's saying hi to Lisa. And Dana is saying that her Benji is still snoozing also. And then we've got everybody saying hi to everybody again. So what are you girls... Yeah, we've only got girls on chat at the moment. So what are you girls creating at the moment? I need some crochet. Go on, give me your crochet. Let me breathe it in. Because I'm stuck on the dark side until my wrist stops playing up. Which is why the next bag has not been shown to you yet, because I was halfway through making the head, or I'd got the pattern written out. I know what I'm doing with it. I just need to make it up, and I made the base of the head, and my wrist kicked off for about 4 days. And that's next to no stitches. And then when I went to make an ear, it clicked every single stitch. So I'm like, no, I can't risk it. Not at the moment. I just need to completely rest it up, but I can't. I need yarn in my hand. Okay, so let's see who we got. And Dana is saying she's making the Montana blanket by Tina. I'm hoping that's how we say her name. Lisa's knitting a scarf. She's on the dark side too, everyone. Quick, save her! Save her from the dark side. Turn the light on. And Sandra is saying that she's working on a bride and groom mosaic for a friend who's getting married. Whoa, that sounds gorgeous. A mosaic. I think is that the silhouetted one? Where the bride and groom are like silhouettes? Because I might have seen something like that. That sounds gorgeous. Okay, so we've had quite an influx of new people coming in as they've been waking up, because most of the girls that come in are from America. So I know, thank you very much for waking up with your morning coffee with me. Am I doing your head in yet? I am, aren't I? Right, okay. So a quick one is that a couple of patterns have been released this month. We have the monkey bag that has gone up. That's now available over in Ravelry, and the same with Ellie. Now both of those have got discount codes attached to them if you wish to purchase the pattern. Check the description box down below for the discount codes for those, and hopefully I will have links to, yeah, there's links over to Ravelry there as well. Also at this moment in time, this one has got 3 patterns. If you purchase all 3, this is the winter harvest set. If you purchase all 3 at the same time, you make sure you pop the code in for that one. Sorry, monkey code has run out. It's just Ellie and the winter harvest set that've got the code, they've got discount codes on, but they're pretty cheap. I'd rather have lots of you making it rather than 1 or 2. Okay, what else was there? Yeah, I'm looking for a couple of pattern testers. Give me a shout if you're interested. There was more information about that earlier on. Just scoot back later once the live's over to find out about that. But basically, drop me an email. I am so cheating, aren't I? I hate self-promoting. I hate it with a vengeance. Okay, so let's get back to chat. Sandra is saying, yes, it is the silhouette. That one is stunning, honey. Fingers crossed you get it done in time. What colours have you chosen for it? Lisa is saying that her light is off because, of course, she's knitting. So turn the light on. She's on the dark side. She's saying her light is off. She's watching paranormal shows while knitting. I didn't think I was paranormal. I know I'm not normal, but paranormal. Okay, so Amy is saying that she started a jumper for her youngest son as she's getting bored of the lemon peel blanket. It can get monotonous. Sometimes that's what we need. We need to swap out one project for another. I know quite a lot of people that will run 2 projects at the same time. I've done it in the past, but I do sometimes get confused. So I try to stick to the same project until it's finished. Or if a project's really doing my head in, it gets put in time out and it'll come back later once the newer project's finished. But ideally, I try and only keep to 2 to 3 projects going at a time. Otherwise, I get so confused. Let me see. Bridget's saying she made some crochet blankets for gifts and always making dishcloths in between project knits and crochet. Dana, the lemon peel is such a great stitch. Yeah, I must admit it is. I've got a tutorial for it here on the channel where I've done a little swatch of it. I just can't remember what number it was, otherwise I could show you the swatch because it's in one of them boxes there. Right, so Sandra is saying that her mosaic is a cream background with a charcoal pattern similar to the photo of the pattern. That's going to look beautiful, honey. Absolutely beautiful. I can't really take you on a journey to show people what it could look like or anything, because I'm not mastered that, and if I push too many buttons I'm liable to switch this live off. I haven't done it for so long. This is like the second one this year. I really need to get back to it, but trying to do it so that there's no family about is a nightmare, because my husband does quite a lot of work from home, and I can hear him when he's on the phone, so if I can hear him, you lot probably can, which is why not a lot of videos are made, because normally it's this time when they all take the dog out, it's quiet time in the house, so that's when I would normally sit there and do a voiceover for a tutorial, because I've started just doing tutorials now where I just do them and then I'll talk over them, because the amount of times they distracted me with their noises and I had to do a whole section again, I just gave up, and I'm just like, no, I'm just going to overdub from this point on. So this is where I would normally do overdubbing, but not at the moment. No, I'm here chatting to you guys, doing your heads in instead. Sandra is saying, laugh out loud, don't push too many buttons. Yeah, no, my hands, mate, my hands are under the table. It's like this, I'm sitting there like that with my fingers going, what can I do? What can I do? And I keep looking over at the dark side of the knitting, but I know I need to strip that row back, because I'm only meant to have 2 rows in that colour, not 3. And I'm not changing the pattern. I've got to stick to the same pattern as the other one. So, yeah, it's just a case of leaving that there, but it's so tempting, gang, so tempting. But as soon as I pick that up, I will go quiet, and then I'll finish undoing it, then the tongue will come out where I'm concentrating in the new colour. So no, not something you guys need to see. Okay, so Dana is saying she got to take Benji for his morning victory walk and start driving, and great to see you this morning. Have a great Mother's Day, everyone. Goodbye, darling. Drive safely. Sabrina, welcome in, darling. She's saying hello, lovely, crazy, and everyone. It's all your fault, Sabrina. It's all your fault. She's like, what have I done? What have I done? What have I done? I was showing them the black and white version, which I've put down somewhere, and I out of sight, out of mind type thing. Yeah. This is the very first knitted for the girls that have just come in. This is my very first knitted garment with no direction. I never have any direction, do I? And I was so chuffed, it actually does fit. It's a bit tight. Well, the knit itself is not tight. What's tight is this bottom section here. This very last row's got no give, because I didn't know what I was doing. So, as you can see by a seam line, okay, maybe you can't, but there is a seam line there, because what I did was I started with the main body and then I did this ribbing on later, and because of that I've cast off along that line, and of course it's really tight and not giving. So I needed to make another one, because I showed Sabrina, whose ears must have been itching. I showed her and she said to me, I'll buy that pattern, and I'm like, you're not buying it, you can test it. So she's playing with the pattern at the moment for me, and she's helping me write it up. It will probably be the only knitting pattern I actually do, but then that's just because at the moment it's something for me to do. Sabrina, oh dear, what did I do? She knows I love her, and she knows I'm not picking, and she'll tell me off later anyway. Actually, she doesn't. She never tells me off, even when I know I'm pushing the boundaries. Sandra is saying that I did a fantastic job. Thank you ever so much, darling. I'm just really chuffed that it actually fits, because when I first started with it, before I started making that, I'll put it like that, before I started making it, I knew how to cast on in 3 different ways, because I'd mastered cast ons, but I knew how to do the knit stitch because I'd made a little baby blanket in 1999 for my daughter, who came along in 2000. Um, and that was just a basic knit stitch, backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards. I tried so many times to learn to purl, and it just was not sinking in, so I gave up. And then this time round, my nephew had actually said that he would really love me to make him a jumper, and this was when I was over a good few visits ago. And I said, look, I only crochet, I don't knit. And I'd been sending him lots of different crocheted vest top ideas, and all of them he was like, no, it's not ugly enough. It's not ugly enough. And in the end, I'm just like, I know what he's aiming for. So I said to him, show me what you got in mind that's ugly. And he showed me what I would call a granddad style sweater. It was what my grandfather used to wear. And it was the diamond pattern. And so I came home and I'm like, okay, I wonder if anybody's got a copy of this pattern that they could lend me, give me, whatever. So I touched base with a few people and Sabrina had it. So she was like, hey, go girl. So I'm like, sweet. And so I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, I can't crochet. Let's try the knitting again. And because I had to work so slowly on the first few purl rows to get it sunk into my brain cell, and because my hand was so, my wrist was so poorly, it sunk in. But then I also started in black because I thought, and black will put me off of doing it ever again. If I can't see it, it's going to put me off. So I'd done the black and then I got bored and I'm like, no, I need to see what I'm doing. So I put the white in, then I got bored, then I put the black in, then I got bored, then I did this, that, and then I realised that I needed to do floats. And for anybody that crochets and doesn't understand what I'm talking about, don't panic, neither do I. But then I did the float section. And then I had to learn to decrease in 2 different ways for each end. And so that is basically all learning. Everything on that is learning. I even learnt further up how to unpick my stitches and make sure they were sitting the right way for the next row. I just didn't do it right at the bottom. I don't know if you're going to be able to see. There's a bump. Hold on, where we go. There's a bump on this row here, and that's where I've done. I think it was purl instead of knit, and I was like, I'm not undoing it. Worst case scenario is if it really does bug me, I'm just going to make a pocket. When I learn how to do some more shaping, I'm just going to do like a pocket so I can stick my arms in it and that'll be it. So yeah, it was just a bit of keep me entertained before I go completely insane, which yeah, I'm pretty much there anyway. Right, okay, so let's have a look. There was Sabrina's. What did I do? Hello. Sandra's saying, I did a fantastic job. Thank you, darling. Sabrina says, it's an amazing design. That's because she's helping me write it. No, she fell in love with it. So I was just like, grab it, take it. Okay, Amy's giving me tips here. She's saying that she was always taught when casting off, swap the second needle to one slightly bigger. I cheated. I just cast off using a crochet hook. I was like, that'll do. Which I am now going to get told off by. When I get off of here, I'm going to have Sabrina on chat, FaceTime going, you didn't do it that way. No, I did a little bit like that, and then I was just like, no, I've got to learn to do it properly. And Joe's saying, I'll tell you off, because all 3 of you girls on the chat at the bottom, all 3 of you are knitters. So I can get told off lots and lots and lots. But by telling me off, it makes me remember. So hopefully that is. So fingers crossed it works. Okay, I'm just trying to see who else has got projects on the hook on needles at the moment that they're doing that they haven't told me about. That's all right. Sabrina says it's perfectly fine for me to cast off using a hook. Bonus! And Lisa also sometimes crochets off with a crochet, casts off with a crochet hook. Woo! At least it's nothing. I'm not breaking any mega laws here. or mega rules. I know I've broken some with that black and white one, and that's as far as I'm concerned. As I said, it was a test piece, test to see if I could still do it and if I would burn these needles, melt them, or just chuck them away. And so far, I've kept them. Kelly is back in, and she's saying hi to Sabrina and hi to Joanne. At the moment, I've got 13 of you guys and 13 of you girls are watching, so thank you ever so much. Where am I going? My brain cell's gone to pieces again. That one. Did many of you get notified, or should I say, did any of you get notified by YouTube today, or was it just a case of you found it as you were floating through what to watch? There we go. So let me go. Where do we? Sabrina is no. Hold on. Lisa is saying we learn new things all the time. Hello, and Sabrina is saying, Kelly, hello, lovely to see you. How are you? And Joe is saying, I actually think there should be more patterns that involve both crochet and knitting in the one pattern. That would be interesting. Bog off, Joe. Stop saying. She knows how to work me, does Joe. So does Sabrina. They drop a little pebble into my brain cell and the splashes and the ripples, and I'm like, oh yeah, good idea. It's not a good idea. I can't. Don't you dare. Don't make me do it. Joey's saying that she got notified. Oh, that's bonus. I'm trying to think what time you got in, darling, whether it was sort of when I started or whether it was about half hour later. Kelly is saying that she's good, thanks. I hope you're well. Alyssa is saying you were on my homepage when I came in. Bonus. Thank you, darling. Zarina says, Joanne, I've done a few things, including 2 dresses with a knitting and crochet at the same time. Stop trying to tempt me, you two. Take them devil horns off and put your angel light up back on. You evil toe rags. Oh dear. Okay, so I'm trying to think, have we got some newbies in, or am I just going to be repeating myself again? Right, I'm just going to repeat a little bit quickly. Right, so I've closed off the voting over on the community tab for which project will be coming up next on the channel. It is going to be the blanket dress. This is made with a Yarnspirations, that granny square yarn. If you are in Australia, get your tush down to Spotlight, because at the moment with your Spotlight card, you could be your VIP member thingy bobby. You could be getting a 40% off of yarn purchases, and I believe that the yarn bags in quite a few of the different stores are sitting at around $7.20 per mill-end bag. Now, that's the best place that I've found to get this. It's just it cost me a lot more for an airplane ticket, 800 quid, but still, it still works out cheaper than probably importing it, but or should I say ordering it into the UK. Okay, so pop down there and grab it. You're looking to need between 3 and 4 bags depending on the length that you want. If you go for 4 bags, you will have plenty left over. You'll be able to make yourself some crazy items with the leftovers. If you are in the US, I did write down the amount of balls you will need, because you only get 14 per pack, whereas with the mill ends you can get a lot more. I think it was 20. Where is it? Where is it? Where are that? Stupid numbers. There we go. Next again. Where are you? Where's the... Can't find the numbers. No, not there. I'll be half hour. No, I won't. I will find it. I will find the numbers. I've written them somewhere safe, and of course, we all know what my brain cells like. I write something safe and then can never find it again. No, I can't find it again, but don't panic. The main number will be on the video when it comes out. It was 14, isn't it? 14 per ball, so that's 14, 28s. Go for 4 just to be safe. Okay, so get 4 balls. As I said, if you're in Australia, you can get away with 3 to 4 depending on the length that you want, and you will get loads of leftovers. It also means as well that if, like me, you ended up with a different colour in your bag halfway through the ball, then you'll be safe, you'll have plenty. Okay, so this one will come up in hopefully this week if I can finish the editing. If you are in the UK and you want something in a lighter weight yarn, because that is really heavy, swap it out for a DK weight yarn. That is a DK 3 weight or an 8 ply, and you'll be able to then make the hexagon up to the same size that I state in the video, and then that will give you the same size as me. If you're a bit fluffier than me, just do an extra round or so. You'll have to do a little bit of math to work out if you need to go extra wide you need to go, and the same if you need to shrink it down a bit. Okay, but yeah, I'll give all the details for that in the pattern anyway. I've just got to sit and crochet up a hexagon in a 3 weight so that I know how many rounds it will roughly do. There will be a written pattern for it as well, so if you wanted to jump ahead in the video tutorials, you can pop over to Ravelry and grab that. That will be in the description box of the very first video, or announced on the channel if I get it up before the video time. Okay, just to give you a heads up. But as I said, at the moment I'm slightly stuck on the dark side. Okay, let's see what you girls were saying. No. Homepage, it sounds interesting. Hello. Oh, okay, I didn't realise that. Lisa is saying, as long as you spend 120 beforehand, you will get 40. As long as you spend 120 before you get 40% off. Okay, so it's not a low level thing, but basically, if you're thinking of getting yourself a new doona set, maybe, see, I'm using local slang there. Did you hear me? Doona. If you're thinking of, like, say, getting a doona set, grab it from there. And that's what I saw the lady do. She grabbed a doona set, some extra bedding and all this. The bedding was on special, the doona set was on special. She was meant to spend, I think it was about $270, and she got the lot for 90. So if you're in the UK, that's about £45, and roughly about the same if you're in America, but in dollars. I tell you what, her haul was amazing. She did have yarn in there as well. That's why I saw it. Where are we gone? Lisa's saying at the moment. Sabrina is saying she'd love to do the dress as a jumper. I was tempted because I've got enough left, but I'd had enough of hexagons. And for me, I have to wear clothing underneath it. And too much on the arm means I'm not going to be able to move. But by all means, the patterns there is for that style, but you know what you're doing, so it's quite a simple hexagon. You've just got to piece it together for the sleeves. I would probably use the same stitch and just go round and round and round rather than actually using hexagons on it. Yeah, that's probably what I would have done. But because I didn't have any of the plain colours of that yarn, that's why I haven't bothered. Because I wanted it all matchy-matchy, and it didn't matchy-matchy when I was going round and round and the colour kept changing on me. So it's like, no, I'm sticking at the hexagons. If someone wants to grab the yarn, because I know that they do I said do, but no, they do have a solid colour of that yarn as well, so that you can use it as a fill-in or something else. But as I said, I'm not ordering it from America. I'm not paying ship at that sort of price, and I don't want it either. I'm done with it now. I've made something with it. I've got some leftovers left. There is another vote up on the community tab for that as well that I'll just leave running until the next live, to vote on what I'm going to be doing with them. But I've got most of them already made, thankfully. I've sewn them together, so I may end up having to undo some of them. Because I'm like, I'm going to do this, and then I went, actually, no, I might as well do that. And I've been flitting between the two ideas. So it's just which one's going to get chosen, really. Lisa is saying, okay, she is off to bed. Thank you for the company. Have a great Mother's Day. Have a lovely Mother's Day. What's left of it for you, Lisa, and everybody else in America here in the UK. We've been there, done that. Got a t-shirt. So, but have a lovely sleep, darling, and we'll hopefully catch up with you tomorrow if you're live. Right, what are we on? We are hitting a whole hour. We've done whole hour. I've managed to keep talking. I've only just started. No, I can't really lie to you guys, can I? I was going to say, I only just started going crazy. No, I've been like it for hours. Hours and hours. Right. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else. Because I've only done knitting this last fortnight and a bit. I've got no crochet to talk about. It's really rocking. But I was like, I can't do a whip spits and chat. It'll only be like 5 minutes. Look what I've done. There you go. I'm out of here. I couldn't do that to you, so I thought, you know what, cheeky surprise, a surprise live, come up, be like, hello, here to annoy you, keep talking to me and I'll keep staying here. But yeah, everybody that's here at the moment already knows about the discounts on the Harvest Winter and of course the Ellie pattern, and of course Monkey is also up as well. So soon we will have Piggy, or a piglet, haven't quite decided what I'm going to call it yet, and hopefully we'll have a couple of tops as well. Take it away from the kids stuff as well. I like to try and swap things about. I don't want to be known just as this person or that person, although years ago I was pretty much known as the C2C girl for quite a while because of all the corner to corner blankets that I've done in the past. But I get bored too easily. I like changing things up, does I? So what have you girls got left, got planned for today, if it's your daytime, or what have you got planned this evening if it's your evening, or what have you got planned tomorrow if you're about to go to bed or you're listening to me in bed? All gone quiet, you've all gone silent, you're all hiding. I didn't count to 10. Come back, get out my yarn cupboard. Just checking I got my right chat on. Yep, got my right chat on. Okay, gang, we've hit the hour mark today. I pretty much have run out of things to chat about. Oh, nearly. Amy's jumped in. She's got to take her eldest for a swimming lesson. Are you going to be able to sneak in, or are you going to jump in the jacuzzi or the spa or something while she's there, or are you just sitting on the sidelines and having watching her do it? Joe is saying there is more testing for her. You poor girl. Do you want an annoying voice in your ear roll for a few more hours? So we can have a chat through it if there's any issues. Ninja! She says hello! Hello, honey. Oh, you've come in. I was just sort of winding down to leg it, so you better start talking, girl, to keep me here. Okay, so a Ninja, do a rewind in a little bit. What if you watch from the beginning? There may be some things that interest you. We've got some new patterns that are out on Ravelry. Discounts are in the description box of either this video or the last Whips, Bits and Chats. What else is there? Yeah, we've got a possible tutorial coming out this week. And I've been venturing onto the dark side. The dark side, I tell you, the dark side. I need to turn my light on. Oh, actually, talking of that. Okay, so I'm going to have to get the yarn out of my bag. Now, I wonder if it's going to show up like it does on camera. Yeah, okay, so you see this? It's purple, yeah? Purple. Last night, my husband's come in, right? And he's gone, oh, that's a nice burgundy. Burgundy. Sabrina, you know how I feel about red and burgundies. Well, red's like a version of burgundy. Okay, so I'm like, darling, no, it's purple that I'm working with. And when I looked down, because we've got our light is like an orange tinge, it looked burgundy, not purple. So I said to him, come in the morning and have a look at my project again. He swears blind that I'm working two of those at the same time because the colour looks so different in the evening to what it does in the daytime. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, how can this be? Well, I was flicking through Instagram and there was this scientist bloke. Well, I don't believe everything on Instagram, okay? But he was talking about the colour palette and how our eyes see certain colours because of the light and everything. And like when the light bounces through, I can't remember all the technical terms now, but basically we see red, blue, yellow, green, orange, but purple is a mystery, a made up colour because our eyes can't put the two together. So they've imagined it because there isn't actually anything for them to base it on. And I was like, is that really true? So I went and looked in, and it is. It's just the way I explained it is all gobbledygook. And if you get it, you spend too much time with me. But I was like, that is really strange. How we could all be looking at the same shade of purple, but it'll be completely different. So yeah, it is technically purple. It is purple unless it's nighttime. Then it's burgundy. Okay. Where you gone? Eldest swimming. So Joe's testing, Ninja's in. Amy is saying, I wish I have to it on an uncomfy wood. She has to do it on an uncomfortable wooden bench in hot, humid atmosphere. Ooh. Here's a cheat for you. I don't know if anybody else has done it. I've got the dog, yeah. Dog's got a cool mat. We brought a few of them because he likes to lay in different places. Well, he doesn't like these cool mats. Doesn't matter if we hide them underneath his bedding or anything like that. He won't use them. He'll use what he wants. Okay, now there are cool spots in the house and they're the one where he goes to. So when it gets really, really hot, I take the dog's cool mat, put it on my chair and put a towel over the top of it so my bottom doesn't stick to it. And sit on there, and it's one of these ones that it's weight activated, so it keeps your bum cool. It's lovely, and it stops me sticking to the sofa. So that's now what I use, and I'm tempted to take one of them and put them in the car and tie it on, maybe under some of them magic beads that you used to see taxi drivers in the 80s driving on. I'm tempted to get some of them. I've been told they're good for back pain. So maybe try something like that. Joe's saying a wee chat would be lovely. Okay, darling, I'll hit you up when we get off. Ninja is saying, I know, I set a notification and started a crocodile. Oh, she's on that amigurumi. And Ninja's saying she just remembered. Don't worry about it, girl. Don't worry. Sabrina's saying, oh yeah, that's a purple, ha ha ha. There's actually a burgundy with a purple twinge too. That's the thing. In this light, in the natural light, it's pure purple. Beautiful, pure purple. The craziest thing. Okay. Is it Denise? Hopefully I've got your name correct, darling. She is saying hi. And Sabrina is saying hi back. If I've got your name right, say I've got it right. If not, please write it in a way that when I look at it and read it, it sounds out. So write it as if I was 5. You're not going to offend me. I'm just a raving dyslexic, and your name's new to me. I shouldn't say that, raving dyslexic. But yeah, I am dyslexic, so sometimes I will read people's names around the wrong way. Or I just pick out a section of your name and that will be your nickname forever. Because it takes me quite a while. Right, okay, so we are starting to wind down now. I'm sorry you've just come in, girls. Right, I am going to actually head off now. I need to unpick that row and try and beat Sabrina to the armholes, which I think she's already on. So I need to beat her. She knows I love a challenge. She knows how to play me. So, but I love you to bits, honey. Yeah, so I need to get on with that, and so I can get it done, dusted, out the way, and so you lot can copy it if you fancy it. And I also need to get on with some video editing. So I'm going to head off now. I will see you all really soon. Thank you ever so much for joining me today. Have an absolutely lovely afternoon, evening or night. I will see you all soon. Please remember, stay chilled, stay happy and keep crafting. Goodbye everybody. Oh, it's still going. Not anymore. Bye.